Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Quicksilver and Protection against Expert Klaw. Yes, Expert Klaw again. So pull up a chair and let's see what happens. So today we are in Quicksilver Protection against Expert Klaw. Yes, Expert Klaw again. I know I've been playing him a lot lately, but you know, he's a tough challenge and he's fun to play. So why not? I figured I'll just do it again. I've already had his deck set up, so we're going to play against Klaw again. I hope that's okay. Whirlwind came in as the minion, and here are his two side schemes. I got my starting hand right here, and I probably should try to dump some to try to see if I can't get my friction resistance, because I do have two double resource cards here. I think I will get rid of Never Back Down and Always Be Running and draw up. There's an Energy Barrier and Desperate Defense, okay? I'm going to put Scarlet Witch in with Energy and the Desperate Defense, so that's 3. She'll come in with 3 hit points. And as much as I would like to discard 2 cards to draw 3 and take advantage of Scarlet Witch being in the game, I think I want to hold on to what I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip to Quicksilver, and I'm gonna use Double Time with Strength, and that's gonna let me deal 2 damage to an enemy and then 2 damage to another enemy. We'll put all 4 damage onto Whirlwind to drop him from 6 to 2. And then I'll have Quicksilver attack for 1, ready, and then I'll attack for 1 again, so a total of 2 to go ahead and knock him out of the game. And then Scarlet Witch will thwart for 1 off of this scheme, so she's going to do at least 1. There's the other advance. 1 advance got dumped in the discard pile when I was getting a minion, and there's the other one. So only 1, but both advances are in there early in the game, and I did shuffle. I shuffled the deck. That's good news. I can flip back and forth between Quicksilver and his alter ego without worrying a whole lot, hopefully, about the scheme. We'll see. But I'm going to ready and draw to 5. Okay, so start of the villain phase. 2 threat goes up here. And I'm going to have Quicksilver defend. He's only got 1 defense. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to have him take it. So 4 minus 1, 3, drop him down to 6. And the reason is because I want to try to get friction resistance and energy barrier in next time. So we'll just do that. I'm going to ready him. And then the encounter card will be an armored guard. Okay? So he'll come in with 3 hit points and a tough, and then we'll move back to Quicksilver. Okay, I won't be able to get in my friction resistance and energy barrier this time, I realized, but that's okay. I am going to put in friction resistance though with these 3 resources here, and then hopefully get this in next time. Scarlet Witch, going to have her thwart for at least 1 here on the Mortal Claw, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So she'll remove that side scheme and drop him down to 18. And then I'm going to have Quicksilver thwart for 1, ready, thwart for another 1 to go ahead and remove this side scheme. I know I've got an armored guard there, but now I got those side schemes out of the way. Hopefully get this down, and then I can flip maybe next time to his alter ego to heal or something. So we're going to ready and draw up to 5. Okay, so start of the villain phase. This is going to go up to 3. And with Quicksilver's at 6 hit points, there is a chance he could die here even if he defends. So I'm going to go ahead and have Scarlet Witch defend this attack. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then discard 1 card at random from your hand. So she'll leave the game. Let me discard a card from my hand and hope it's not energy barrier, because that's one I wanted to get in. And the card I'll discard is this one, and it is going to be my genius, my double resource. Well, oh well. So we will go to the armored guard. He'll hit Quicksilver for 1 to drop him down to 5. And the encounter card will be Melter, comes in with 5 hit points. And we are back to Quicksilver. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is play double time with friction resistance for 1 and endurance for 2. So I'm going to put all 4 damage on the Melter to drop him down to 1. And then I'm going to have Quicksilver attack him for 1, which will remove him from the game. And, and then I'm going to ready him with his regular ability. And thwart for 1 to drop the main scheme down to 2. Always be running to ready him and thwart for him 1 again to drop it down to 1. And then I'm going to flip to his alter ego ready and draw to 6. Okay, so we put 1 threat here at the start of the villain phase. He schemes for 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's unfortunate. I knew that it might go off, and it does. So I hate to see that. But we'll discard cards so we get a minion. And it's going to be a weapons runner. It doesn't surge because he's coming in from this and not from the encounter card. So he'll come in with 2 hit points. The armored guard doesn't scheme. He has 0, but the weapons runner does. So it's going to go up to 1. And then the encounter card will be under fire. So reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So I'll just exhaust him to remove that from the game. That was his obligation. And then this is going to surge into Ganged Up, which is he's an alter ego. So that's going to surge into Sound Manipulation. Claw heals 4 damage. There's no damage heal this way. He's gained surge. He didn't heal. So that's going to surge into another armored guard. So now we have 2 armored guards and a weapons runner out. And we are back to Quicksilver. Okay, so that really messed me up when my obligation came out because I wanted to heal him. And I feel like I need to flip back to hero form, at least for this turn. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I am gonna put in energy barrier this time with friction resistance for 1 and never back down for 2. So that puts 3 counters on here. And then I want to hold on for this side step for the villain phase and to this acceleration reflex for the villain phase to pay for it if I need to. So I'm going to use hyper perception to pay for speed cyclone, and I'm just going to stun. I'm just going to stun one enemy, and that's going to be Klaw, and then I will ready and draw up to 5. Okay, so start of the villain phase. 1 threat here, 2 out of 8. Klaw is stunned, so he won't attack. The armor guard will attack, but I'm going to use accelerated reflexes to pay for sidestep to prevent that 3 damage. And then if you pay for this card, use an energy resource, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So that's going to be, so I don't take damage from the armored guard, and I'm going to deal the damage to the weapons runner. And then I'm going to prevent the damage from the weapons runner with energy barrier and put it back onto him to remove him from the game. And then I'll have Quicksilver defend against the armored guard and then pop right back up. And the encounter card will be Tiger Shark. I knew a Masters of Evil minion was coming, and it was. So he comes in with 6, and we are back to Quicksilver. All right, I think the first thing to do here is use friction resistance and the power of protection for 2 and 3 to use tackle on Tiger Shark. That's going to deal 3 damage to him to drop him to 3, and it will also stun him. And then I'm going to use Quicksilver to attack for 1 on this guard to remove his tough, ready him, and then attack again. So he readied, attack again to drop him to 2. Use friction resistance to put in my armored vest. And that's going to do it. I'll stay hero form 1 more turn, I think, and draw to 5. Okay, so the start of the villain phase, this goes up from 2 to 3. And He is going to attack. I'm going to have Quicksilver defend, but I want to use Desperate Defense instead of Never Back Down because I'm hoping that I can ready him and be able to defend and still ready him again in case Klaw gets to attack a third time. So I'm going to use Desperate Defense with Serval Industries here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 defense. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, so 5 to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 to 4. And I'm going to use Energy Barrier to prevent that damage that's incoming. And I'm going to put it onto this guard, the damage that goes back. I'm going to put it onto this guard because it can be dealt to any enemy. It doesn't have to go back to Klaw. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4 defense. He now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack, but I prevented it. So 4 on 4, yes. So I do get to ready thanks to Desperate Defense. And then Tiger Shark is stunned. And then the Armored Guard's going to attack for 1, but I'm going to use this last energy counter to prevent that and put that damage onto this Armored Guard. So he's out of the way. And the encounter card is a Weapons Runner. So he comes in with 2, and he will surge into another Armored Guard. Well, there's only 3 in the deck, and they've all come out. But that makes it rough for me, and we are back to Quicksilver. All right, so start of the villain phase. We're going to put in tackle with 1 from friction resistance, 2, 3. And that it's going to stun Tiger Shark, but the 3 damage I'm going to use to knock him out of the game. And then Quicksilver will attack for 1 here, ready, and then attack for 1 again, which will remove the Weapons Runner. And here's the predicament I'm in. At the start of the villain phase, this will go up to 4. So if I flip right now, all he's got to do is draw a boost with 2 or 3 icons. He needs 1 or less. If it's 1 or fewer, I don't lose. But if it's 2 or 3, I do. And so those aren't really great odds. But then he's also only has 5 hit points. And if I don't draw something that helps me on defense, he could get killed on the next turn. But I think the safest thing to do is still to stay Quicksilver 1 more turn, ready, and draw to 5. All right, well, I didn't get anything to help me on defense from my hand anyway, so he's up to 4. I will defend. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 defense, so that's going to drop him down from 5 to 3. I'll ready him. And I could defend again to prevent one of them, but I really need to stay up for my next turn. So I'll just take the 2 damage, drop him to 1. And it could be over right here. If he gets an assault or something, the game's over. It is an assault. So I'll defend. It's 1, 2. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. So he dealt 1, 2, and I've got 1, 2 defense. Okay, so he attacks for 2, and I have 2 defense, so I do survive with 1 hit point left. All right, so we'll move to Quicksilver. All right, well, I got phenomenally lucky with that defense right there with 2 attack on his 2 defense. Let's see if I can take advantage of it. He is exhausted, but I'm going to use friction resistance for 1 to always be running to ready him. And then I'm going to put in maximum velocity, which is an event, but I lay it in here to remind myself I get 2 defense on the next turn. But anyway, so I'm going to put that in for 1 here, 2 with Nerves of Steel. Okay, so that means I'm going to hit one of the guards. I'm going to knock off this tough. No, I'm not. I'm not going to knock off the tough. I'm going to thwart for 1, 2, 3 over here, and then ready Quicksilver with his ability. And then I'm going to put in the energy barrier I have with 1, a Mockingbird for 2, and I've got Iron Fist somewhere in here. Hopefully he comes out. Of course, I got to clear out these guards before Iron Fist can stun Klaw, but still. All right, so I'm going to flip the Quicksilver, heal him up to 4. And then I'm not going to be able to use the defense because I'm an alter ego, so I'll go ahead and discard this so I don't forget. And then I'm going to ready and draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get dealt an encounter card, and then I'll shuffle my deck, and we'll move to the villain phase. Okay, so the villain phase, one threat here. So is it 2? And he's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. So that's going to bring it up to 6 out of 8. And these 2 armored guards don't scheme. This is going to be the encounter card. This is going to be 1 encounter card anyway. Let me shuffle up the deck. It does get an acceleration token. I got to shuffle up the deck and then deal another encounter card. Okay, so I've got to deal a second encounter card. The first one will be Assault, but that's going to surge because he's an alter ego. And that will surge into Sonic Boom. Either spend that or exhaust each character you control. Man, I don't want to exhaust him, but I don't want to spend the resources. So I'm going to exhaust him. And then this second encounter card that came out is Immortal Klaw, which, by the way, I hadn't even touched Klaw. He's still at 18, like he was at the beginning of the game. So he's at 28 now. And he goes up to 3. He gets 3 on this Immortal Klaw, but we are back to Quicksilver's alter ego. And I wasn't necessarily going to heal anyway because there were some other things to do, but now I definitely can't heal because Sonic Boom exhausted him. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use this ability, see if I can't get a double resource, help me get an Iron Fist. I'm going to discard Unflappable and Tackle, and then draw back up. I got a Sidestep and Scarlet Witch. Okay, I'm going to flip to Quicksilver and use Friction Resistance to always be running and to ready him. And then I'm going to use Friction Resistance and Scarlet Witch, I think, to put in maximum velocity. I'm not going to be able to get Iron Fist in this turn because I've got to get Immortal Klaw out of the game. If I don't, this is going to go from 6 to 8, and I'll lose at the start of the villain phase. So I'm going to have to thwart for 3 to remove that. And that drops him back to 18. And then I'm going to use his ability to ready. And I guess thwart for 3 again, which will drop this from 6 to 3. And I'm going to save all of these cards, the Preemptive Strike and the Sidestep, to hopefully help me on the defense. So I'm going to ready and draw to 5, which is only 2 cards. So I'll just do that. And then we'll go to the villain phase. This goes from 3 up to 5. He's going to attack. I'm going to defend for 1. And I'm going to use Never Back Down with Sidestep. No. I'm going to use Preemptive Strike, I guess. I want save Sidestep, something different in case I need it to prevent some damage. So he's got a defense of 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. So he attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he attacks for 5. I have 4. I'm going to prevent one of the damage with my energy barrier and put it onto this armored guard. Actually, this armored guard to remove the tough. Now, so 4 onto 4. I didn't take any damage, so that does stun Klaw. I'm going to ready Quicksilver. And and so then, oh, I actually had more. I wait a minute. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 4. So I don't get to use an energy barrier. So the tough does not get removed. Yeah, sorry about that. He attacked for 5, and I had actually 6 defense. So there was no damage coming in from energy barrier. I don't get to use it. So, but I do still stun him because I didn't take damage. All right, he stood up. This armored guard is going to attack. I will prevent that damage with an energy barrier and remove the tough off of here. He's going to attack. I'm going to prevent that with an energy barrier and drop him to 2. And then the encounter card will be a weapons runner. And he will come into play and surge into the Masters of Evil side scheme, which comes in with 3 threat, and I discard till I get a Masters of Evil, and it's Tiger Shark, one of the worst ones. Man, this game is not going well. I have beaten Klaw, Expert Klaw, with Quicksilver protection, but I'm getting creamed in this game. Maximum velocity comes out, and we are back to Quicksilver. Okay, so I think the best thing to do is use friction resistance for 1, and actually I hate to do it, but Iron Fist for 2, so I think I'm going to need sidestep on the villain phase. I'm going to play double time to take 2 threat off of here, and then deal 2 damage to an enemy. I'll just get rid of the armored guard. Oops, he doesn't go in my discard pile, he goes up here. I don't think it's going to matter too much, because I don't think the game's going to last much longer, but anyway, we'll see what we can do. He's going to thwart for 1, and I've got to thwart for 1 and get rid of this, because if I don't, this will go up to 8 and I lose. So that's going to come out. I'm going to ready to use his ability to ready. And oh, by the way, I must have knocked that off. He has 6 hit points. And then Quicksilver, I'll just thwart for 1, because it doesn't matter. I can't take any. Yeah, no. I'm going to attack for 1 on the weapons runner. And then I'll ready and draw to 5. Okay, so start of the villain phase. It goes up from 5 to 7 out of 8. Klaw won't attack because he's stunned. Tiger Shark will hit for 3. Now I could either use sidestep to prevent that, or I could use never back down to stun him. And I think I'm going to use sidestep. I'm going to use Nerves of Steel to pay for it, so I can get an energy resource. And so that's going to prevent the 3 damage and then deal 1 damage to an enemy. And that's going to be the weapons runner. Okay, so he's out of the game. And then the armored guard will attack, but I'm going to use this energy barrier to prevent that and remove his tough. All right, so I haven't had to defend yet, and I do have never back down if I need it. All right, the encounter card is a weapons runner, another one, and he surges into solid sound body. Attach to Claw, retaliate 1. I won't be hitting Claw for a while, so I can kind of ignore that, because I got to get rid of these guys first and get threat off the scheme. So we're back to Quicksilver. Okay, Quicksilver, I'll put in an energy barrier with Genius. And that's going to give me 3 counters. Can't do anything with never back down. I've got to at least thwart for 1, or I'm going to lose. Actually, I'm going to have to ready and thwart for another one, or else because I can't leave it at 7, or I can't leave it at 6. That's all I can do. So I'm going to ready and draw up to 5. Okay, so start of the main villain phase. It goes up to 7 out of 8. And then Klaw will attack. I'll have to defend. And I'm going to use I'm going to use Never Back Down to defend with a desperate defense. All right? No, I'm not. To defend with friction resistance. I don't know that I used that last time, but I'm so flustered because I got so far behind. But anyway, I'm going to use friction resistance to pay for Never Back Down. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defense. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. But that's okay. I'll use an energy barrier to remove or to prevent that damage. So he now attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defense, so I don't take any damage. It will stun Klaw. And I'm going to use the damage from Energy Barrier, I think, on the Armored Guard. Because I want to get him out of the way. All right. And then I'm going to ready Quicksilver with his ability. And then I'm going to defend with Tiger Shark and use friction resistance to pay for desperate defense. So that's going to give me 1, 2, 3 defense. So I'll prevent all his damage. And because I didn't take damage, desperate defense lets him ready. The Armored Guard will attack, but I'm going to prevent that damage with this and put it back onto him. And then the Weapons Runner will attack, but I'm going to use this to prevent that and then get rid of the Armored Guard. So slowly but surely I'm getting him out of here, but it may be too late. And the encounter card will be Claw's Vengeance. Claw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So I've got to figure, oh no, he doesn't attack because he's stunned. That's good. I want to use that for next time, but it'll help me there. So we are back to Quicksilver. All right, so start my phase, Quicksilver's turn. I'm going to use friction resistance to pay for endurance to heal him back up to 7, and now his max is 12. I've got a thwart for 1, ready, and then 2. I've got to do that just so I can keep my head above water on the scheme. Can't do anything with desperate defense, so I'll hold on to these, and I'll ready and draw to 5. Star of the main villain phase goes back up to 7 out of 8. I don't think it's gone off yet, but I got a long way to go on his damage, so it may not even matter. He's going to attack. I definitely have to defend for 1. I'm going to use friction resistance to pay for desperate defense, so it's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4 defense. He attacks for 1. If it deals damage to you, exhaust your hero, and then deal 1 damage to your hero. Okay, well, the attack did not actually deal damage to me. It was the boost card, and I've seen online, there's a discussion online, if Sonic Boom comes out as a boost and you take damage, can Quicksilver still ready? Well, I think he can. A lot of people say he can because the attack damage comes after the defense. And so I think he can, but also, like I said, I didn't take the damage from the attack because it says, oh, if this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. But he's already exhausted from the defense. I think I can ready him with desperate defense, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can, so I'll play that I can't. So I won't ready him because I did take damage from the activation from the whirlwind, but I can ready him with his regular ability. All right, Tiger Shark's going to attack for 3. And I'm just going to take the 4 damage. Okay, so it's going to drop him to 2. And Tiger Shark comes in with a tough. Now, he probably should have had that last time. I can't remember if he attacked. I think he did, but I defended it. And every time he attacks, you're supposed to get a tough, but I haven't been hitting him with damage. So it doesn't matter. I haven't hurt anything. He's got his full health. All right. So now we do the encounter card, which is advanced. Good. I'm out of my misery. He schemes for 2, 3, 4. That's going to put 11 on here, and that's the game. Well, that was brutal. Very brutal. Much worse game than what I've had playing before with Quicksilver Protection. I think I've lost now 3 in a row with him. On film, I can win off camera, but I can't win on camera. And I hope you enjoyed the game. If you did, please consider to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. And because I will have some more videos coming out from Marvel Champions and some other games that I have. And until those videos come out, I'll save you a seat at the table. Bye. Thanks for watching.